Okay, y'all, so this is going to be a part 2 to the last video I just created. And you may be able to tell that my energy's shifted. It's definitely, at least for me, it's been a big change. Now, it's not to say that I feel like I'm on my high note, but I'm recording this because I want to share the shift that I just made within my own self. So the first video to this part will be part 1. I was in tears. I was kind of like all over the place, and that's initially kind of how I speak and how I communicate. At least that's how I view it sometimes, is I can seem like I'm all over the place, or I can't always pronunciate my words, or I don't have that mental clarity, right? And so in part 1, I was going through a lot of chaos. I was speaking on mental health. I was speaking on the struggles of not being able to speak up and like really voice what's really going on eternally. And also, not all tools work, and I still stand by that. But in this video, I wanted to just speak on the fact that I went in deeper in my tools. So I did some more yoga poses. I did some more meditation. I was crying, right? Crying is a form of just releasing and cleansing. And sometimes that's all you need to do to feel better, or just have a bit more clarity, right? Because there's days like today that I wake up and just like my mind is full of chaos. And I can do things the night before. I can do the best to my ability to utilize the tools that I have, whether it's meditation, whether it's, cleansing, because I'm a very spiritual person and I believe in all these tools. I believe in a lot of different tools that can really help align you. But I also believe that we're always aligned, even when we're going through chaos, even when we're struggling mentally and we don't have that clarity and fog, because everything happens for a reason. You have that to understand your tools deeper, but also understand yourself at a deeper level. Understand what you're dealing with, the chaos within you, right? And so since that video, I did some more yoga poses, but I also went, so I highly recommend Reiki Rachel. She's a guided meditation channel that I've been using for years and has truly helped me transform. Like, all her meditations have helped me transformed in so many ways. So I decided to go back to the basics with her and use her root chakra balancing video. And I can tag her in this video along with like the part 1 video, so you can understand that if you're only seeing this, because this is like part 2. But I just want to share that that's like been the biggest thing for me that's helped me, even though there's going to be days where I don't want to do the meditation, watch the video, and I'll be, too busy, or I won't have enough time, making those certain excuses to where it's too hard. And sometimes I just have to push myself and sit down and do it. But that's initially what I did. I went back to the basics. I did that 3 times. I've noticed, like, if I do put a video on loop and I have to listen to it 2 to 3 times until I actually start to feel it, where, because I know I have a very strong energy. I have a lot of deep rooted trauma. And so that was the one thing that I tend to forget, is the fact that, okay, so maybe I am out of balance. Maybe it's the root chakra. Maybe it's the sacral chakra. And she just has a really great, straightforward guided meditation with that. And so that's initially what I did. I did some yoga poses, meditated, and listened to her meditation. And now I feel more secure in myself, feel a lot more grounded, because the root chakra is connected to the earth, being grounded, understanding, like, having more clarity within yourself, within your security. Because that's initially what I've been struggling with my own worth, my own security, and just like that stability within my environment. And so sometimes there can be those moments, like in part 1, where I just felt all over the place, where I felt like there was so much chaos, and it was super hard for me to just utilize the tools that were right in front of me. Because there's tools all around us that we can use, and sometimes we feel like they don't work. And it's not to say that they aren't going to work for us, but it could be our mind. It could be in that moment where it really truly does feel like they're not working. These things are not working. So sometimes you have to find other tools or go back to the basics and really align with those and just keep pushing through, even though it's the hardest thing to do. And it's never really easy when you struggle, when you have a lot of trauma, when you have a lot of built up anxiety and whatever else that you're going through. But from experience and from my own journey and how far I've gotten, it's definitely worth continuing to push through and understanding that, the bad is also good. And it's way more simpler than I can put it, but the bad stuff that we go through, the chaos that we go through, is just something that's teaching us and pushing us forward and allowing us to see a different perspective within our human vessel. So I just really wanted to share that and continue to inspire and provide hope for those that are struggling, that may not have that solid, stable foundation, but are doing their best to continue to move forward, continue to find the tools that work for them, and just adjusting the best way they know how to, because you know what, we live in a world that can be very chaotic and crazy, but we also live in a world that's beautiful and just fucking amazing. So with that, peace and love, y'all.